Hello there, thanks for joining us here on Ideal World. I'm very glad to tell you that today we're joined by Planet Cruise. We're going to be talking about cruises for the next hour. It's really, really exciting, and there's a cruise for everyone. During today's show, we're going to be telling you that we've brought you some of the biggest savings ever. And if you've always thought, it's a cruise for me, I can tell you it's for you. I personally spent 18 years on cruise ships myself, and our expert today has spent many, in fact, let me introduce him right now. Let's take an opportunity to introduce you to Keith. Keith, great to see you again.
And you.
You were, I believe, on Cunard's QM2 as well.
I was, yeah. It was my last ship as the entertainment director. Yeah, 12 years at sea, working as a cruise director or entertainment director, kind of in charge of the entertainment and, you know, taking people around the world and discovering these amazing ports of call that you get to see on a cruise.
If anyone's watching today thinking, you know, maybe I will go on a cruise, why should they consider Planet Cruise? Tell us a little bit about the company themselves.
Well, an amazing company. You know, we've been taking people around the world on cruise ships for over 10 years, and we are the largest independent cruise operator in the UK. And in fact, we're the #1 tour operator for many of the brands that we sell for, and you're going to see those graphics popping up as we go along. The big thing about Planet Cruise, of course, is that most of the people that work for us, virtually everyone, is a cruise enthusiast. They've either worked on the cruise ships themselves or regularly cruise now as their holidays. And apart from that, we also bring you unique savings in your living room that you're not going to see anywhere else. A lot of the deals that we offer are bespoke to Planet Cruise, and the deals themselves are tailored around what's best for you. So you're getting the information from the horse's mouth, and it's ABTO and ATA bonded. Your money's secure.
That's important, obviously. Now, it's also important that you know how to buy the moment you're ready. In fact, you're not going to buy right away. Let me make this clear. It's a little unusual to what we do at Ideal World. You won't be buying right away. What you will be doing is calling the team and having a chat with them. So let's show you the details. And if we don't cover something off, if you're thinking, well, do they fly from my local airport? Or does that include transfers? Or could I do this? Could I do that? Can I add a day on here, a day on there? That's what makes this a bespoke service. You're not just buying into a package holiday here. This is a bespoke service. Just call the guys. There's your number at the bottom of the screen. They're going to be available till 8 o'clock this evening, so don't feel like there's a rush. This is all about giving you quality time, quality information and quality holidays. Of course, you can also go to the website, which is planetcruise.co.uk. In fact, this is the new website. It's new and improved. It's also great to go there because you get to see lots of video clips too. But as you'll see now, there's Twitter, there's Facebook, so you can follow them. And I love the fact that you're on YouTube as well.
Yeah, we've got a big YouTube following. In fact, if you go on there now, you'll see the video that we shot on Tuesday when we covered the launch of Britannia.
Oh, yeah, how was that?
It was absolutely fantastic. It's a beautiful ship, and again, we'll have our coverage of the inside of the Britannia, which we filmed on Monday, out very, very soon. So do keep on following us on YouTube for lots of great interviews and footage.
Well, Britannia is the brand new ship with P&O. So why don't we start with that brand? Why don't we start with P&O?
Good idea, Paul.
Well, so let's find out a little bit about the brand itself.
Yeah, well, I had a chance to actually visit Oceania, the ship that's featured here, so you're going to see a wonderful opportunity now of me having a look round and passing on that information to you. At just 77,000 tonnes, P&O Cruises Oceania may not be the biggest in the fleet, but she certainly packs a mighty punch. Fresh from her recent refitting, she was extensively and expensively refurbished and looks absolutely beautiful. Oh. You know, as a proud Englishman, the centre of my universe has always been my local pub. And on P&O's Oceania, you really won't go wrong by visiting this beautiful yacht and compass nautically themed pub, which serves up a healthy selection of Britain's best. On top of that, you can really live the high life on this ship with the bubbles of the Magnum champagne bar or dancing into the wee hours in the chic Le Club. Whether you choose the more traditional fixed dining of the Adriatic or the freedom dining of the Ligurian, both restaurants serve up consistently delicious food from an ever-smiling army of knowledgeable waiters. For those who prefer their dining al fresco, then why not try a super tender steak at the Horizon Grill on Deck 14? You guarantee great taste and even better views. Or pop along and let Marco Pierre White dazzle your taste buds at Café Jardin. Friendly and interactive, as well as diverse, Oceania offers many entertainment options, from the high-rolling fun of the Monte Carlo Club to the cabaret and comedy of Starlights. You can pop along to the atrium for a classical recital, or head here for a pint and watch your favourite team in the Winners Sports Bar. And then, after a great meal, go to the Footlights Theatre, where you'll be hard-pressed to believe that you're not actually sitting in the West End. Stylish and inviting, Oceania's cabins come in all shapes and sizes, from spacious and fully equipped suites like this, offering a host of extra special touches to mini suites, balcony cabins and standard inside or outside cabins. But all come with a host of mod cons and a daily steward service, plus the all-important tea and coffee making facilities. Because if you're like me, you can't even face the rest of the world without at least one cup of coffee.
Some great news for you on this. Nice video clip, by the way. But just yesterday, this has been a previous bestseller. It has been a previous bestseller, but just yesterday, Planet Cruise got to take the price down again, so you're really into a bargain. But before we get into the bargain and the pricing and all the freebies that you're going to enjoy with this, let's talk about the itinerary.
Absolutely, yeah. So a beautiful ship there for P&O Cruises, great British cruise line, over 177 years now of history. And let's take you around the world now. So we're going to fly from London through to Venice. And you're going to get on board, and of course it is still possible to sail out through the heart of Venice on ships of a certain size. This ship does fit that description. It's just 77,000 tonnes, and so you're going to sail out, that magical sail out, right past St Mark's Square, and then into a relaxing day at sea where you get to enjoy those fabulous facilities. And remember, all your food, all your entertainment is included in the price you're seeing on the screen. It's such good value cruising. Right, your first port of call is going to be Cunard. It's a gorgeous medieval city. Make sure you're out on deck at least an hour and a half to 2 hours before you arrive. It's Europe's longest fjord, and it's absolutely stunning. The sailing will just blow your mind. You're seeing some of the images here, but actually to be there is even greater. As you sail in, you'll see that the Kotor is buried, literally kind of burrowed into the side of the cliff there. It's a walled city. You can actually walk the walls, and I would recommend that you get a chance to do that. And inside, you get this charming jumble of narrow alleyways, of piazzas, of churches, of cafes, of clubs, of bars, of restaurants, with a great atmosphere. Sit back, get a coffee, watch the world go past, pop maybe to the Maritime Museum, which has a seafaring heritage dating back 12 centuries, or head out to the Lake Cunard National Park, or, my favourite, the enchanting Wine Road, which is self-explanatory. It certainly is a fun way to spend the afternoon.
Don't drive up there, though.
No, don't drive up there. OK, next we're going to Corfu. This is one of the most beautiful islands in the Mediterranean. It will cast a spell, or it's said to cast a spell on all that land on its shores. Shakespeare, of course, set the Tempest here. You've got millions of silvery olive trees gracing the hillside, the scent of lemon blossom perfuming the air. The actual old town, where you can walk along just about 10-15 minutes from where you dock, is gorgeous as you walk through the walls into this old world of jumbled streets and little shops and little tavernas. You can head up to Bella Vista for some amazing views of the whole island. I love the Achillean Palace. It's renowned for its architecture, beautiful landscape gardens. It's birthplace of Prince Philip, and they set For Your Eyes Only, the James Bond film there. OK, now, relaxing day at sea as you head out from Corfu, and then you're heading...
You're going to need it before you get to Rome.
You are, absolutely, but you need a chance to recover just from the fun of those first couple of days. And then the Eternal City, Paul. You know, it's such a beautiful place. I know we've both visited it many times, and you know, you can go and say hello to the Pope. Of course, you've got all the wonderful fountains. You've got the Sistine Chapel. You've got the wonderful view from the top of the Spanish Steps. That's probably the best view in the whole of Rome, in my opinion. You've also got wonderful places like Piazza Navona, where you can get a gelato and just watch the world go by. It's where they used to execute people in the old days, but these days it's a lot more friendlier. You can walk through the Roman Forum in the footsteps of Julius Caesar, stand in the Colosseum and imagine the gladiators fighting for their lives and the crowd baying for blood. It's an incredible city. Make sure if you go into a bar to get something to eat, stand up by the bar, don't sit down. As soon as you sit down, you get charged double. If you stand up, you get the local price rather than tourist price. OK, from there, you're then going through to Monte Carlo. This is an incredible final port of call for your cruise. It's the playground of the rich and famous. And literally, as you sail in, if you sail in the early hours, you'll see the twinkling lights of Monaco greeting you. Of course, it's an incredible place, and it's literally self-governing. It's a self-governing protection of France. It's been ruled by the Grimaldi family for the past 700 years, and it's Europe's smallest state after the Vatican. You can walk the F1 circuit, bearing in mind the top speed and the best record for that is just 13 seconds. It will obviously take you a lot longer to walk round. You can go and visit the wonderful aquarium, this amazing shark tank, and you can head out and explore the Riviera itself, which is stunning. People that live here don't pay tax. You can't gamble, but you don't get to pay tax. It's a great balance. And you can go and, of course, sit in the casino, see the Ferraris pulling up outside and pretend to be James Bond. Yeah. Amazing place. Then you're heading back from there to Genoa, and then from Genoa, flying back to London. If you get a chance on the way out of Genoa, try some local focaccia or pesto. That's where it was invented. That'll part of Italy.
Let's have a quick look at the ship itself. So if you're wondering, you know, what is the Oceania like? Well, let's take a look at her now.
Yeah, so beautiful ship. And again, as you saw there on the VT, you've got big names, P&O's food heroes like Marco Pierre White, who have restaurants on board. And also, you've got great section of different bars, you know, sports bars, so you can keep up with your sport. If you're a big fan of the football, or the rugby, or tennis, the Winner Sports Bar on board will look after you. And again, food and entertainment, all included, Paul. It's such good value and such good service.
Well, you say good value. Let's just remind you that this has been a previous bestseller, but look at the price. This just dropped again yesterday, so you really are in for a treat. Dates available from April right through October. £499. In fact, each person that goes on this cruise can be saving around £300. £300 off that brochure price, which is a brilliant deal. Deposit only on many of the selected dates. If you would like it, on the left-hand side is an ID number. It's worth writing this down if this one tickles your fancy. 79471. Whether you're going to call the team on the number at the bottom of the screen or go to the website, it's handy to have that. If you've got it, that'll help the team go right through to this cruise. And of course, if you go to the website, put it in the search engine, it will take you straight through to this cruise and give you even more information. Let's just show you the prices that are available. Again, it's from £499.99. But look at this. Suites. You could be looking at a suite for a little over £1,000. And we've got dates right there through April, May, June, July, August, September and October. That is a steal of a deal. Please consider that one. That is one that I really, really recommend to you. And when you bear in mind, you could just put a deposit on that today. You're sorted. 0800 781 5458. And the team of experts are waiting for you until 8 o'clock this evening to take advantage of that. Now, we've got more savings for you, but we're now going to go to a line which actually both of us worked for. Big brand. In fact, got to be one of the most famous brands on the planet.
They are, and of course they're celebrating their 175th birthday later this year.
How long
with a load of bespoke cruises that are on offer, some of which you can still book, particularly Lusitania Remembrance if you get in touch. But yeah, I had a chance to go and sail many times, not only working but then sail later on board Queen Mary 2, and you're going to see some of that footage right now.
Let's show you it.
She's the last remaining seagoing ocean liner, one of the biggest and fastest ships in the world, a byword for elegance and sophistication, one of the only ships to carry pets as well as humans, and the last ship I had the pleasure of working on board. She's the Queen Mary 2. You can have a proper pint in the Golden Lion pub, enjoy the panoramic views and martini cocktails of the Commodore Club, soak up the jazz of the chart room, or join me for some bubbles in the Veuve Clicquot champagne bar. Not that I used to drink on the job, of course. This is just fizzy water. Cheers. I used to joke that our guests walked up the gangway and that we rolled them back down. One thing is for sure, you won't go hungry on board, with specialty restaurants serving food from around the world, a 24-hour buffet and the fabulous Britannia. You're in danger of missing my favourite, the Todd English. Whatever you do, if you come here, make sure you try the chocolate fallen cake. It's absolutely delicious. With live music in every venue, West End style theatre shows, comedians and musical stars from both sides of the pond, the entertainment is rich and varied. But for me, it's this place which offers something unbeatably unique. Illuminations is the only planetarium at sea, offering celestial shows narrated by the likes of Robert Redford and Morgan Freeman. And it's also a cracking 4D cinema. There are 6 different grades of stateroom to choose from, all of it bright, spacious, airy and very, very stylish. 24-hour room service, 2 turn-downs a day, and the grill suites even have a private butler. But the best thing of all, as standard in every single room, is this. The Sealy Cunard mattress. Quite literally the best night's sleep I've ever had.
Just one thing to mention, I think maybe if you're thinking, oh, that's a transatlantic crossing, it's a lot of time at sea, I've got to say, that for me is one of my one of my favourite things about cruising.
Absolutely. I mean, I used to have many friends coming on board and travelling with me, family members and friends, and they actually said that it was they cruise a lot. And they said the most relaxing, the most enjoyable cruise they ever did was a transatlantic from Southampton through to New York on board Queen Mary 2 or the other way. They said it was the most relaxing, most enjoyable cruise, and they were so surprised because there aren't any ports apart from at the start and the end, and it blew their mind as to how much there was to do on board.
I think it's also worth bearing in mind that this ship was built for transatlantic crossing. She is an ocean liner, not just a cruise ship, but an ocean liner. In fact, let's just show you the journey.
Yeah. So this is the journey you see there from Southampton, and again, As Paul's rightly said, she is the last remaining operational ocean liner, and that means she sits beautifully in the water. There's so much space on board. Even though she's over 150,000 tonnes, she's only got just over 2,000 guests on board. And when you compare that to cruise ships, you see that she's got half the number of passengers with the same amount of space. And that means you've always got places to go and enjoy, to sit and read and relax. There's some great guest speakers on board. There's so much live music. There's 2 full 7 to 8 piece bands, one in the ballroom, another one in the main show lounge. You've got great dining options as well from Todd English, you saw there with the chocolate fallen cake. It's an amazing experience, and if you go on board as a solo like I would, there's gentlemen dance hosts that are there to kind of romance you and take you out on the dance floor and help you enjoy your cruise. And cruising is very, very social, so you're never ever going to get bored. In fact, you're just going to feel the stress of the world just wash off you as you just relax into this completely different pace of life. You just won't want to get off.
Yeah, it's a perfect way to experience what cruising used to be. But you might say, yeah, it's going to cost a fortune. This is better than half price. In fact, you can get it from £599. Your saving would be around £680. Imagine that. So if you're looking for savings, this is also one to consider. Let's have a quick look at the ship, because you have got so much time at sea. What a great experience.
Amazing ship. And again, you've got a great classic British bar on board where, you know, the Golden Line. You've got the wonderful spa facilities that are run by Canyon Ranch, or an award-winning American company that really are very, very top end. And you've got such a great selection of different restaurants and dining experiences that you're going to get food from around the world. But the big thing is the White Star service with Cunard. That's the planetarium that you saw a shot of earlier. People like Robert Redford and Morgan Freeman narrating it. But the White Star service, the fact that the crew are not allowed to say no to you, they always offer an alternative. They really provide a service level which you just will never have experienced before. It will blow your mind.
Now, bear in mind, because this is better than half price, there are some sellouts on this, so you will need to be quick. Again, call the guys at the bottom of the screen. You can see the number there. It's free to call. They're in the UK, and they're waiting for you until 8 o'clock this evening. Let's just show you what a brilliant deal this is. Now, we've got dates available in May, June and November. They get from £5.99. Better than half price. Huge savings to be had. There you go. Let's save £680 per person. It is a brilliant, brilliant opportunity. Return flights from London, but if you are thinking about Manchester, Birmingham, Glasgow, Edinburgh, just any airport, call the team. They are experts, and they will help you sort all of that out. And itineraries may differ gently, just depending on the dates that you've got. So don't miss out on that. Let's go through the prices, because as I did tell you, there are some sellouts already. If you want that $5.99, then May, imagine that, you can look forward to it. It's only a few months away. May, it's just around the corner, so call the guys, talk to the team.
And do you know what the amazing thing is? Of course, you're going to get a chance to sail into New York. You're going to get a chance to sail past Lady Liberty, which is absolutely stunning. So if you do go for that balcony, from your own balcony, you will be sailing past the Statue of Liberty, sailing past Ellis Island, under Brooklyn Bridge, just like everyone used to when they were emigrating. That amazing journey that we did from the old world to the new. It is an amazing thing to do, and it's how cruising started. So you are tracing back the roots of this wonderful industry.
Well, we're going to take a moment now to talk about celebrity cruises. Before we do that, let's introduce Chris. Chris, great to see you. Let me lean over. I believe you're from ships yourself.
Yes, I've got a background actually with celebrity. This is my cruise line. I loved working on them, and I could talk about them all day long.
Well, you're going to get the opportunity to do just that. And today you're part of the Planet Cruise team.
Right, so I'm the person that you would speak to on the phones. I'm the one that picks up the phone to talk about the cruises. So I've had a few fans now, actually, doing this TV show, getting a few regulars calling up.
You're getting followers, eh?
Right.
Well, let's take a moment to talk about the line themselves. I mean, they are one of the biggest, there's no doubt about it. Very, very famous. I remember the blue funnels with the white X on the side of it. Do you want to tell us a little bit about the cruise line themselves?
Yeah, well, it's a 5-star cruise line. It's 11 ships in the fleet. Wow. This one in particular is one of my favourites, personally. It's got a lot of charm to it. It's been updated just recently. They added in new rooms in the last refurbishment as well. So you've got the classic along with the modern luxury, which is what Celebrity's all about. That's their slogan, modern luxury.
Well, Keith was lucky enough to go on board, and we're going to see the video clip right now where he was on the ship and can share more information.
With exceptional levels of service and a crew-to-guest ratio of 1 to 2, and well-designed and easy-to-navigate ships, and a decor that's both sophisticated and contemporary, this is a cruise line who offer a very real sense of modern luxury. Celebrity Cruises have always pushed the boat out when it comes to dining, not just in the sheer choice, but also the quality of the food that they offer. Experience saver menus pairing classic and contemporary selections from casual al fresco dining through to the stunning main dining room. And of course, there's an appetizing range of quirky, excellent specialty restaurants. Matching a bar to your mood is what Celebrity does best. And there's a great range of beverage and wine packages offering great value. You can top up the tan while enjoying a margarita by the pool, or use your C-Pass card and help yourself to another great glass of vino in Cellar Masters. You can soak up the sounds of the big band in the Passport Bar, or try one of the 64 craft beers available on board. My favourite, though, has to be here at the Molecular Bar, where tasting the work of the liquid chef will engage all your senses. Life on board Celebrity Cruises is an opportunity for you to enjoy your holiday just as you want it. From relaxing by the pool with a good book to a whole host of exhilarating and unique experiences, the choice really is yours. Cooking competitions, mixology classes, dance and language classes, informative lectures, and behind-the-scenes access to the inner workings of a modern-day cruise ship. When the sun sets, Celebrity ships come alive with a dazzling selection of bars, lounges, nightclubs and casinos. You can relax with a cocktail, meet new friends, take to the dance floor or hit the casino tables. But keep an eye out for the interactive theme parties. You may even find dancers in exquisite costumes suddenly appear to entertain you. There's West End style theatre shows, dance, comedy, magic, music and an extraordinary front row seat waiting just for you. On a Celebrity cruise, luxury comes as standard. There are 6 different varieties to choose from and over 85% have a private balcony. The design is smart, fresh and contemporary, and all offer a great range of sumptuous amenities such as fluffy bathrobes, deluxe toiletries, Egyptian cotton bed linen, and 24-hour complimentary room service. From comfortable inside staterooms to these gorgeous suites which feature floor-to-ceiling windows, panoramic balconies, and your very own private butler. Trust me, once you've unpacked, you won't ever want to leave.
It looks amazing. You've got the best job here, haven't you? You get to go on the ships and tour them.
Really lucky. I know. And of course in May I've got that wonderful cruise with Keith going out.
In May I've got that one.
Oh no, I didn't. I wasn't trying to rub it in. You look terrible. Terrible. You're making me...
Right, let's talk a little bit about the itinerary itself, because you get a stay at the start and a stay at the end as well.
Yeah, you do. It's an incredible chance. So you're going to fly from London out to Milan, and you're going to get a chance then to go over to Lake Como for a 3-night stay.
Nice.
And this is incredible. This was favoured, long-term favourite of the European aristocracy. Beautiful landscape, it's stunning, and in fact it's Italy's only lake which is surrounded by mountains, and it's Italy's deepest lake as well. So you've got these really dramatic cliffs plunging off into the lakeside. Really beautiful, and in fact the road along the west side of it heads up into Switzerland, so it's literally very close to the border, and it's very beautiful. You've got lovely public gardens all around the outside, historic villas where you can relax, lots of lovely long, kind of almost like seaside promenades that you can walk there with your loved one or just wander along and take nice images. Stare at your own reflection in the lake if you like, Paul. You'll stare at the reflection of the clouds as they twinkle back at you. But it's a beautiful place, and there's a regular reliable ferry service that will take you to all the other resorts around Lake Como. There's lots of places to explore in the 3 days that you're there. Then you're going to transfer from the hotel to the train station, and then you're going to go through to Venice, and then literally from Venice, the only thing that we haven't sorted, you do your own little transfer from the actual train station through to the hotel there, and literally when you get there you've got a 1-night stay in Venice Mestra, a chance to explore Venice in more detail, and this is amazing. This is a great chance for you to see the world's most romantic city. Napoleon, of course, famously described it as the most finest drawing room in Europe, St. Mark's Square that you're seeing there, with the Campanile, which you can climb for great views over the whole of Venice. My advice here is just go and get lost in Venice. Find your own part, go and do a wonderful trip on a gondola and be romanced. Maybe go through to Murano or Burano, the 2 islands near to the main island of Venice. Go and relax on the Giudecca and just sit and soak up this wonderful cosmopolitan atmosphere. There's so much history here, dating back to the days of the Crusades and before. Okay, then you're going to transfer onto Celebrity's Constellation. You've got a 7-night cruise, so you've already had 4 fabulous days in Europe itself. Now you're getting on board the ship. Remember now all your entertainment, all your food is included, and you're starting off with an overnight in Dubrovnik. This is an incredible city. Again, you've sailed down the Adriatic coast into the Dalmatian coast itself. It's a walled city. You'll be familiar to you if you watch the Game of Thrones drones because they use it for King's Landing. You can walk the walls, it's just nearly 1.5 miles, and it gives you these amazing views. Inside it's a car-free zone, cobbled streets which are very much like the canals of Venice, full of little piazzas and churches and fountains. It's absolutely stunning. And in fact, you can also just sit down, get a Cavalacco, which is a Croatian beer, and relax.
You can actually do the Game of Thrones tour as well. They do a walking tour of the town where you can actually sit in the throne itself.
Oh, I wasn't aware of that. Fantastic factoid. Thank you, Chris. That's great. Yeah. So again, a big. If you are a fan, if you're waiting desperately for it to come back on your TV screens, it's a good way of getting the buzz back. Okay, then we're heading out for a relaxing day at sea through to Crusadassi, and this is an incredible chance for you to go and visit one of the best preserved classical cities in the world, really, Ephesus. See the Library of Celsus with these wonderful marble pillars, see all the frescoes adorned onto the walls. Had loads of amazing people live here over the years. Alexander the Great, the Virgin Mary, St Paul, many other people used to be residents of this great city. Even if you're not a fan of ruined cities, you'll be charmed by it. It's very, very wonderful. It's only 7 miles away from where you dock. If that's not your thing, then go and enjoy Crusadassi. I call it the land of genuine fake. You can buy anything, because don't believe that it's actually genuine. That Rolex watch is a Bolex watch. Go and get yourself some
or a Folex.
Or a Folex watch, yeah. Go and get yourself some Turkish delight. Maybe try some of the wonderful sweet apple tea. Go and get a massage in the hammam, and go and barter for your life in all the shops. And then we're going through to Mykonos. This is a Greek island. It's living proof that picture postcard destinations do exist. Iconic windmills dating back to the 16th century. Fabulous beaches. It's an irresistible town. It's named as Holla, and it's actually built to confuse the pirates in case of invasion. So it's a very confusing place. Don't worry. The locals always point you in the right direction. And you can wander down the front, Little Venice, and pretend to be Shirley Valentine, which I know is one of our favourite things to do when Chris and I go there. And it's a fantastic place. It's really great because they've got a wonderful mascot, Petrolus.
Yes, yeah, the pelican. That's right.
And he's got a full-time carer. Can you imagine the uproar in the UK if there was a full-time carer for an animal on our tax system? There would be an outcry, but there it's real. You've got a full-time carer who looks after Patronus the pelican, and he's the mascot for the island. Great place to relax on beaches. Then Corfu. I've already talked about Corfu, so we won't go over it again. Relaxing day at sea before you're back to Venice. It's an incredible itinerary.
Let's show you exactly what you get for your money. This is a great deal. It's brand new bundle, actually, brand new bundle for Planet Cruise, to take advantage of it. You can see the ship right now. It is stunning. And again, Chris was telling us a little bit about the line themselves. Celebrity, absolutely stunning. Beautiful venues, plenty to do. So those days at sea, you'll really appreciate them because you'll have a chance to relax, chill out. You can either enjoy all the activities, or you can go to a tiny little corner and hide away and read your book or read your tablet, whichever you prefer to do. Dates available in July and August. Free upgrade. This is important. A free upgrade from the inside to the ocean view. And why wouldn't you want an ocean view when you see all these beautiful ports of call? Return flights from London Heathrow, but just call the team, talk to them. If you want it from somewhere else, they can sort that out for you. 3-night stay included in Lake Como, and of course your 1-night stay in Venice included as well. ID number for that is 96428. Again, write that ID number down. You will want it whether you're going to call the team or whether you're going to Planet Cruises website. Just saves you a little bit of time. Let's have a look at some of those dates for you. You can see phenomenal deals. Look at the price of interior, look at the price of ocean view. You're paying the same, 0%, not a penny more, to get that ocean view. That is the important message on this, and it is a brand new bundle that we've got for you from Planet Cruise. So those of you saying I'm ready to do that, call that number at the bottom of the screen, or just go to the website. I say call them. Any questions you got, just call them. Now, before we move on to our next cruise, because we've got 3 more to cover, I know that there's a brand new campaign with MSC, and I've been cheeky and asked if we could have a little phone call with somebody from MSC. It's actually Craig. I think you've met Craig before, haven't you?
Yeah, lovely chap. I mean,
Craig,
yeah.
Craig, are you on the phone?
I am indeed, yes.
Great.
Good morning, all.
What's your new campaign? What would you like to share with us today?
Well, the new campaign, MSC would basically like to give everybody a massive kiss. Now, KISS means keep it simple.
Yeah.
What we're doing is there's no gimmicks to the new campaign. It's pure pricing, best pricing available. And I believe you've done some amazing magic with the lead-ins, and you've got some 499s out there on our Western Med on MSC Armenia at the moment.
Yeah, it's phenomenal value for money. And again, if anyone's watching thinking, oh, I want to know more about it, call the team. It's as simple as that. What is it about your ships that people should consider? Why your fleet?
Refined elegance. If you want something that encapsulates everything to do with the Mediterranean, so sitting in the Ramblas, watching the world go by, really immersing yourself in that Mediterranean way of life, our ships are the best ships, and we serve probably 90% of the ports in the Mediterranean, and some ports that other cruise lines don't tend to touch as well. So have a look on the website and take advantage of the value.
Well, I really appreciate you taking the time to call us today. Thank you.
Nobody does Mediterranean cruising better than MSC, isn't that right, Craig?
Indeed, definitely.
Well, that's the name, right? Mediterranean Shipping Company. That's what MSC stands for. Thank you very much. We'll talk to you again in the future.
You're welcome. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
You want to share any cruise news with us? I know you like to keep up to date with everything.
Yeah, well, it's been exciting because we had the Britannia feature, didn't we, earlier, on Tuesday, which we got a chance to attend.
All of us got to spend a night on board as well, so when you do call in, we've had first-hand experience of that. Give us a call, we can tell you all about that ship.
You get to be on the ship, and that's the great thing, again, about Planet Cruises, that it's very different, because all of the people you speak to on the phone have been on these ships and have cruised, so they can give you first-hand knowledge. The other big thing as well is about Royal Caribbean. There's some big news coming out of Royal Caribbean. The Independence of the Seas is returning to the UK for 2016, which we're all very, very happy about. It's a good welcome home, very popular ship. We've got the Harmony of the Seas, the newest Oasis-class ship, is going to be starting its European season in 2016, and Anthem of the Seas, which is this fantastic new Quantum-class ship with loads of original bespoke things that are only on that ship and Quantum, is only going to be coming out of the UK now for the rest of this year. In 2016, she's going back to Asia. So this is your last chance if you want to experience Anthem and all her uniqueness. You need to book for this year. And apart from that, Princess Cruises have announced a unique partnership with Stephen Schwartz, who's the guy who did the orchestration for Wicked, Godspell, the soundtrack Pocahontas. He's a multi-award winning, Tony Award winning, Oscar winning artist. He's going to produce 4 unique shows for Princess over the next few years. That's really, really exciting.
I think that's one of the exciting things about cruising in general, is just constantly pushing itself forward and forward and forward, and making sure that whether you go back time and time again, you're going to love it more and more and more. So many people that I met on cruising in my 18 years at sea said it was the best holiday of their life, and they really do come back time and time again. Now, you just mentioned Royal Caribbean. Let's take a moment to move on to our 4th cruise, which is Legend of the Seas.
Yeah. Incredible opportunity to get into this American cruise company, and we've got some great footage actually, which I think we can chat to you and share our experience with this great company. You'll see we are the UK's #1 cruise agent for selling Royal Caribbean as well. Here we go. First part of your trip. So you've flown from Gatwick through to Singapore. We're going to give you 2 nights in a 5-star hotel there. This is the commercial centre of Southeast Asia. It's a metropolis of modern high-rise buildings, of little Chinese shop houses with the red roofs, of these Victorian buildings and Buddhist temples, and it's an amazing place for you to relax in. It's a great place for duty-free shopping. You saw some images there. It's a centre of the fashion industry out in Southeast Asia. That's Jurong Park, which is the largest walk-in bird aviary. And you've got this place, the Marina Bay Sands, which sits on top of 3 skyscrapers, and you can look out in the wonderful pool and the sand, this artificial kind of ocean that they've created at the top. Have a cocktail and look out over the whole of Singapore. You can trace the history back to Raffles and go and get a Singapore sling. You can wander down Orchard Road and shop for Gucci and Vuitton and much, much more. Maybe take a harbour cruise around Clark's Quay. It's an incredible city. My big thing to do is the night safari. It will blow your mind. 900 different nocturnal animals.
Wow. I've done that one and it is amazing.
Great, isn't it?
Look at these two. I've done that one.
Jealousy's a terrible thing, Paul. You've done these as well. You've been in the industry longer than we
I
have.
have, I'm teasing. Let's have a look at the ship itself, because it is, I know it's called Legend of the Seas, but when this first came out, it really was a legendary ship. Let's talk you around the ship itself. In fact, Chris, you know this line, so why don't you talk us through what we're seeing?
So Royal Caribbean is all about fun. It's a good family environment. It's also great for couples as well. They really cater for all types. I mean, look, you've got the rock climbing there, the golf putting, but they've also got kind of serene areas and quiet areas just for adults only. So they're covering all bases. The shows are absolutely phenomenal. I was in the theatre every single night on my cruise, avoiding my family, and watching the shows. They're Broadway style. Food quality is just as you expect on a 4 to 5 star cruise line, absolutely exceptional. And yeah, it's all about wow factor with them. They really do push the boundaries of what is available on cruise ships, as you were saying with Anthem and Oasis and They've got things on this cruise line that you will not see anywhere else in the world. Truly unique. I mean, look at this, the aerial displays, they just kind of pop up all over the ship. You never know when the entertainment's going to start next. It's 24 hours a day. This is the steakhouse, the chef's table. They've got the buffet and the dining room, but if you want something a little bit more exotic or luxurious, then they've got the private restaurants that you have to book into, and make sure you book into those early as well. They do sell out before the sailing. One of my favourite cruise lines, definitely.
And this particular ship has just literally had a massive renovation, 50 million spent on her, and so that includes new cabins. It includes some of the new shows and new material you saw there. And you saw the aerialist show. That's just been added in the atrium since they've had this wonderful refit. So lots of money continue being spent on the ship.
I'm just going to mention the price. I don't want to go on and harp about it, but this is really about price. From £1,249, you're going to get the opportunity to go on this amazing cruise to the Far East. So we're going to take you on the journey so you can see the itinerary, but just bear in mind how little you're going to pay for this wonderful experience.
Okay, so you've already had those 2 nights in a 5-star hotel in Singapore. You've already had that. Then you're getting on board the ship. And you've got 10 nights cruising on board this amazing ship. Remember, food, accommodation, entertainment, all included. Relaxing day at sea to enjoy that fantastic experience. Koh Samui is your first port of call. It's in the Gulf of Thailand, you can see there. It's a wonderful little Thai island. Magical attraction to the beach, if you remember that great book by Alex Garland and later film with Leonardo DiCaprio. Powdery white beaches, Buddhist temples, or what's as they're called, crystalline waters. You can go and see a traditional monkey show, because for centuries they've used the monkeys to climb up the palm trees and pick the ripe fruit and throw them back down. Just make sure you're not too close to the bottom, because you might get hit on the head. Great fun. Elephant trekking as well you can do, and Chawang Beach. I've stayed there for a few weeks myself, and Chawang Beach is my favourite area. It's the most unspoiled area of Koh Samui. Next, you're heading through further up into the Gulf of Thailand. You're going to stop at a place called Lam Shabang. I love the name Lam Shabang. Sounds like some kind of casserole. And from there, you're going to head into Bangkok. It's only a couple of hours away. It's the world's hottest capital city. It's an incredible place to explore. Whether you're going to go and go to the markets that are all done via the water, where you can literally shop for all this beautiful produce and star fruit, or whether you're going to head and see the Grand Palace itself, see some amazing temples. You've got Wat Arun, which is the Temple of the Dawn. A Wat Po, where you get the legendary blind Thai masseuses, where you go and the blind people there are the most amazing masseuses. They really are. It would be the best massage you ever have. That's Wat Arun, the Temple of Dawn that we talked about. Try some local food. If you really want to open up your eyes, go down Soy Cowboy, and that will certainly, you'll remember that for the rest of your life. And if you want the kind of more of a traveller kind of idea, then you can head through into the heart and go and see Khao San Road, which again featured in the beach and much more. Thai fish cakes. Brilliant. Okay, from here you're then going to go next to a different country completely. My favourite of the Southeast Asian countries, Cambodia. The port is Sihanoukville, which was named after their king. It was hacked out of the jungle in the late 1950s. It's a beach haven. It's a beautiful chance to relax. If you want to, head into the Reem National Park, which is brilliant for bird watching and boat trips through these mangrove channels. Many people will just relax on the long white sandy beaches. The best of those, I think, is Oceania Beach. And forgive me for my pronunciation, but my Cambodian's a bit rusty. Very beautiful and pretty much deserted. And if you get a chance, go and see some local Cambodian villages. They're rich with cultural traditions. They've got these little peaked roofs with wooden thatch structures, and some of them still have one of the local delicacies, which is left over from the days of the Khmer Rouge, where they eat this like spider. I don't even want to go into it. It's a tarantula. They dig it up and they fry it. So if you want to try some of that, I wasn't brave enough, but it's quite interesting.
I had a bit of scorpion in
Did you?
Cambodia.
A bit of scorpion,
Yes,
I know. Oh, it's incredible when you see it all there being grilled. Okay, relaxing day at sea before you then go through to Vietnam, your next point, your next country. Nha Trang. It's a beach haven again. Towering mountains looming up behind, sweeping beaches, turquoise waters dotted with little islands. Get a traditional rickshaw tour, or maybe go scuba diving. And then you're through to Ho Chi Minh City, the former Saigon. We know about the musical. It's been in the West End for many years. However, this is what it's based over. This is incredible. You've got an overnight here. And it's a relentless meteorite of energy and commerce, and motorbike is king here. To see the motorbikes interact and move around as a biker myself is fascinating. I reckon you should head straight into the heart of Ho Chi Minh City by the Rex Hotel. This is where they had the 5 o'clock press bodies during the war. The view from the top is great. You can have a cocktail. You can head out to the Chi Chai tunnels. You can paddle down the Mekong River. and I've not even scraped the surface. It's an incredible, incredible country and port of call. Relaxing day at sea before, back to Singapore, and then you're flying back to Gatwick. What an itinerary.
I know, and what a price. When you bear in mind, from £1,249, you've got that 5-star in Singapore, you've got your trip, it's just phenomenal value for money. You've got the overnight in Bangkok as well. I mean, you're incredible value for money here.
And we're not even mentioning Ben & Jerry's, Paul. I mean, you know, Ben & Jerry's sells it for me on its own. Ben & Jerry's Cafe. And as Chris rightly said, I mean, the entertainment, Chris, is first rate, isn't it?
A Broadway style, you know, West End standard, definitely.
The whole ship. The ship is a destination in itself with Royal Caribbean. There is so much to do, lots to keep you entertained, whether you're single, whether you're with a couple, or you're with your family.
Let's just go through that value for money. I want you to bear in mind that you're looking around £90 per person per night to go on an extraordinary trip of a lifetime. Dates available in August and October. That is return flights from London Gatwick. But if you're thinking about other airports, talk to the team. It's free to call them 0800 781 5458. Don't forget 2-night stay. It's 5-star hotel in Singapore, and of course that overnight in Bangkok as well. I think it's phenomenal. It is a deposit-only deal. Don't miss out on it. Chris, let me say thanks to you. I really appreciate you coming in
today.
My
pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Sharing more information with us. Let's go through prices for you, because you're probably going to, I want to do this. I want to do this. Look at that. 8th of October, £1,249. It is a brilliant opportunity. And even if you're looking at suites, you're looking around the £2,000 mark. So it is so affordable.
I mean, just thinking of the flights alone out there, Paul, you know, how much that will cost you to go out to that part of the world. You see the massive saving when you think of all the food and all the entertainment that's included. It's incredible.
Well, let's take a moment now to move on to our 5th cruise. We've only done 4 of the 6 that we want to get through. We're going to go through to certainly one of my favourite lines, because it's the line I proposed to my wife on. Let's go to Princess Cruises.
Amazing American cruise company, this, Paul. I know, very, very close to your heart. The original Love Boat, if you remember that, most people remember the Love Boat, that was based on Princess Cruises. You're looking there at the great walkway that kind of stretches over the side of the ship. This is a unique ship. This is one of the newest ships, and it's absolutely beautiful. She's longer than the Shard is high, which is, of course, the tallest building in the UK. Yeah. And she's got won so many awards already. She's one of the most popular ships at sea, won 5 prestigious Travel Weekly Magellan Awards for the large ship category, her atrium, her spa, her pool, for the way the crew interact with all the guests. You can see them there doing a little bit of what we call flashing, and we are referring to the juggling of the cocktails. The sea walk that you saw there stretches over the top of the ship. It's also got an incredible water and light show in the evening, where the top deck pools transform into this huge fountain, almost like the Bellagio fountains. They dance for you and there's music. It's an incredible event. You've got Princess Live on there as well, a wonderful TV studio where you can go and be part of a TV audience, and the cruise director does your shows. There's the water and light, the fountains dancing in the evening. Yeah. It's a great thing to go and see. This was actually called the best cruise ship for foodies, according to USA Today. So if you are a fan of food, you can do lots of different options here, lots of different great Italian, from the Italian gelateria to the trendy terrace seafood bar, great pizzerias. In the evening, of course, these ships come alive. They don't go to sleep. Basically, you can party 24 hours if you want to, from the great shows in the theatre through to the kind of game shows they have in the light entertainment lounges, all the way through to the discos, the live music. You might just be sitting in a coffee bar or the sports bar, and again there'll be live entertainment. There might be a pianist, or there'll be a classical duet, or there'll be a party band playing for you. Great selection of different staterooms for you to enjoy. Again, if you're there, you can go through for the solo staterooms all the way through to these big family staterooms. So again, lots of choice, lots of options. Fabulous ship.
I want to point out that this is actually a previous bestseller for Planet Cruise, and it's an exclusive to them at the moment, so take advantage of it. And don't forget, this trip's also going to have an overnight in St Petersburg. In fact, why don't we do the itinerary? Let's go through where we
absolutely
visit.
Great place. So flying from London Gatwick through to Copenhagen, you embark in the ship for 11 nights cruising. Your first port of call is going to be Oslo. Forest-clad slopes plummeting into this island-studded fjord. Oslo is an incredible place. And again, we're not focusing on Copenhagen purely because you're just coming out of there straight away. So we're in Oslo, and this is the commercial centre centre of Norway. It's been a major trading port for a millennium, dates back to the Vikings and before. It's a great way you dock by this place, Akershus Castle, which gives you great views up in the gardens all the way down the fjord and also into Oslo and across Oslo itself. It's a great place to explore the waterfront. It's a very charming area. This is the Visual and Sculpture Park, which is a little bit out of town, where you've got wonderful gardens to explore and these huge sculptures. Many of them are, you know, twice the size of you and I, and a great chance to walk around and gawp at. You can go and see the screen painting, you can see the Viking ship museums, or go to the City Hall where they host the Nobel Prize Peace Ceremony. Okay, from here you then got either Gothenburg in Sweden or Aarhus, which is in Denmark. It depends on which date you go, the itinerary differs, but they're both amazing chances to explore a little bit of this part of the world. Then you're going through to the next port of call, which is Warnemünde. This is your chance to go through to Berlin. However, before I talk about Berlin, let's talk about Warnemünde itself. You see the beaches. It's got loads of beautiful beaches. You see a lot of locals flying their kites, walking their dogs, and sitting in those what they call standkorbs, which are the wicker construction chairs. You can also go and explore Warnemünde itself, which is a walled medieval city. But if you head into Berlin, it's incredible. You can see the Brandenburg Gate. You can maybe eat some schnitzel in a backstreet bulk hole. Maybe try a little bit of absinthe, one of its originators. And go and see the Checkpoint Charlie, the history of the Berlin Wall and the escapes. Then you're going through from Berlin. You're heading through to Tallinn after a day at sea, Estonia. This is like stepping back into a medieval storybook. Wow. It's got the world's oldest surviving Gothic town hall. Try that again. And it's full of flower stalls and handmade jams and restaurants serving boar and mead. It's a great place to sit and have a glass of wine and watch the world go by. And again, it's a walled town, so it's very difficult to get lost. And it's got this wonderful kind of atmosphere of charm. You expect the Brothers Grimm to step round the corner at any point and go boo. Okay, then we're going through to St. Petersburg. You've got an overnight on board here. You're going to see some great images now of this amazing city built by Peter the Great. He based it on places like Venice and Hamburg, and it has got lots of canals running through it, so you can explore those via the water. You can also visit, of course, the Hermitage, the Winter Palace, with over 3 million works of art there for you to enjoy for some of the greatest painters of all time. The palaces on the outside, such as Peter the Great's Peterhof, is well worth exploring. And again, you've got all the wonderful fountains and gardens as you walk through these beautiful areas. And I would definitely say, if you get a chance, go shopping, because the bargains you can make there is great. That's the Church of Blood. That's my favourite place in the whole of St. Petersburg.
But of course, there's more. There's
more. Well, then we're going to Helsinki. You've had your overnight there, chance to go to the ballet. Helsinki, Finland. It's a sea town par excellence. Just go to the Suomenlinna Sea Fortress if you get a chance. That's the Lutheran church, which is the other big thing as well. Okay, then you're going through to Stockholm. And this is Sweden, spread across 14 different islands. It's my favourite port of call in this itinerary. It's an enchanting slice of Scandinavian life. It's the world's green capital. It's a great opportunity for you to, again, see it by the canals if you want to. They do some great tours. Go and see the Vasa Museum, which is an old warship that sank on its maiden voyage, dates back to the 17th century, and it's 95% complete. You can do a historic rooftop tour, 130 foot above the city on the former Parliament building, or go and maybe get a spa experience. Okay, and then relaxing day at sea before we head back to Copenhagen.
Right, let's take a quick look at the ship itself, because it is an absolute stunner. I think you're going to fall in love with it. Princess, again, to me, one of my favourite cruise lines. And don't forget, you can relax as much as you want to, or you can get involved with the entertainment as much as you want to. This is your home away from home.
It really is. Fantastic American-based cruise company where they really put service right in the centre of everything they do.
Let me just show you the value for money that you're going to enjoy, and there's plenty of dates available for you, May, June, July and August. Now, this is the exclusive to Planet Cruise, a free upgrade from inside to a balcony. And let's face it, these ports of call, you want to be able to sit out on your balcony and enjoy the arrival, enjoy the departure. Return flights available. If there are other airports you're considering, just call the guys, 0800 781 5458, and they will take care of that for you. And of course, this is 11 nights on board Princess's Regal Princess. It's an absolute summer. So you can get a balcony from £1,299. On some of those days, you can get just with a deposit. Let's show you some of these dates that are available. Imagine putting a deposit only on some of these. That will be the later dates, but they are available in May, June, July and August. Now, there's one more cruise to squeeze in, and these guys are phenomenal. Oceania is the name of the line.
Yeah, Oceania are fantastic, and again, I had a wonderful opportunity to go and visit this particular ship, which you're going to see right now. In 2003, two of Luxury Cruises' biggest names teamed up to create one of the best value-for-money options in cruising. A destination-intensive, floating hotel experience with top-notch food and superior service. Welcome to a cruise line for enthusiastic foodies, where you can have whatever you want, whenever you want. This is value without compromise. This is Oceania Cruises. Oceania have an open seating dining experience where all the specialty restaurants are complimentary with no hidden fees. But you know what's truly impressive is the quality of the ingredients, with the beef and the lamb sourced from their own farm in Colorado and the seafood from their own farm in Maine. It's a culinary journey you will never ever want to end. When you cruise with Oceania, unlimited complimentary soft drinks, bottled water, specialty coffees, teas and juices are all included in the price on every sailing. Or if, like me, you're a coffee lover, then this is definitely the cruise line for you, with the legendary Illy coffee served all day and night here in Baristas. If you're a lover of the arts, then you're going to find the entertainment both engrossing and exciting. You can attend a live classical concert under the stars, or marvel at magicians and comedians, or soak up a fantastic show. The award-winning Canyon Ranch Spa has been the acknowledged world leader in healthy living expertise, and a haven of luxury and comfort and warmth for over 30 years. And it's no surprise then that they chose Oceania Cruises as the perfect partner. And on board all the ships you can relax in open-air whirlpools, indulge in detoxifying body wraps, or enjoy the latest Eastern treatments such as shiatsu, reflexology and acupuncture. The generous proportions of Oceania Cruises suites and staterooms are the ultimate in luxury. You can plump the goose-down pillows of your Prestige Tranquility bed, or breathe in the fresh sea air on your private teak veranda. Whatever it is, Oceania suites feature oversized living and dining areas, as well as marble and granite-clad bathrooms and bathtubs.
If you're looking at that going, I love the idea of this cruise, this looks great, let me make this clear to you. Planet Cruise believe that these are their biggest savings ever. You can save £2,200, or actually more than £2,200 on this particular trip. Let's have a look at the trip itself.
It's incredible. And the other thing as well, Paul, is you're not going to find this anywhere else. This is an exclusive that Oceania have given just to Planet Cruise, and it's only live until Monday. So you need to get in on this really, really, really quickly. OK, we've got a chance for you to fly out to Barcelona. From Barcelona, you're getting on board Oceania for 9 nights cruising. I'm going to get us through this quickly to Marseille in France. France's oldest seaport, great for walking on foot, great chance for you to enjoy Bouillabaisse and do a bit of shopping and see some amazing views from the Notre Dame Basilica. Then we're going from Marseille from France through to Italy. The port is Livorno. It's a great chance for you to head to the Leaning Tower to get that wonderful photo, propping it up, maybe to go and explore the Tuscan towns such as Lucca, or of course to head into Florence, see this Renaissance masterpiece, this living open-air museum with the Duomo and the views from the top there through to the jewellery sellers under the famous Ponte Vecchio Bridge. OK, from Livorno, you are then taking off and you are going through to France. So in France, this is Saint-Tropez. It shimmers along the waters and on the coastline of the Côte d'Azur. It dates back to Roman times. It's a quaint village, a maze of picturesque streets, harking back to medieval days. And you've got these great beaches, of course, that featured in the World War II landings. And again, you've got this great association with the glitterati, with the rich and the famous, a mesmerising 16th century citadel, and you can stroll the old town and see some amazing trendy boutiques. OK, relaxing day at sea through to Valencia, back to Spain now. 1 minute you're trying the local paella. This gave birth to paella. Next you're ambling through these wonderful galleries and beautiful museums, or maybe relaxing on some silky sands. This is the City of Arts and Sciences. It's incredible. There's an amazing aquarium there for you to enjoy, which is called the Oceanographic. It's Europe's largest aquarium, and it's a great place for you to go with the kids or just on your own. The other great thing to do here is to go through to the 13th century cathedral, which is said to contain the chalice that Christ used in the Last Supper. Then you're going through from there to Almeria in Spain, another wonderful Spanish port, which I'll only touch on just to say you must try some of the local seafood. From there, you're going through to Cadiz, Seville, right into Seville itself, and a great opportunity here to see the wonderful orange-blossomed city that's made famous by people like Bizet's Carmen, Rossini's Barber of Seville. The locals are devoted to bullfighting, to flamenco, to fiesta. They invented tapas, and it's a beautiful orange tree-lined city. OK, from there, you're then heading through to Portimao in Portugal. Brilliant. Beaches don't come much better than this one here. Porto de Rojo, it features on so many guidebooks, and it's an incredible chance for you to relax and see some of the great, beautiful cliffs that kind of line that part of the coastline. There we go. I can't really say much more apart from say the images sell it themselves. It's an incredible itinerary, and it's nearly £2,000 off. It's a real corking bargain.
Well, when you're in Almeria, say hello to my mum, because that's where she lives. Let's have a look at the ship itself, because it is an absolute stunner. Oceania. They have wonderful, wonderful ships. I've been lucky enough to actually have been on those myself. Let's give you a quick overview. Again, we're talking the biggest savings ever. You're getting free gratuities, free Wi-Fi, and don't forget that you're also going to get a free upgrade from Ocean View to balcony, but that's only available until 5 p.m. on Monday, so please call the team today to get that. Exclusive upgrade available to you. Don't miss out on it. When you bear in mind you can save over £2,200 compared to that brochure price, you really are onto a winning deal here with Planet Cruise. And I think that really does remind everyone, you know, why we should buy from Planet Cruise. They've got these exclusive deals.
Exclusive deals live in your living room, and a 96% customer feedback rating as well, Paul, which is incredible.
Well, let's run through the 6 cruises. If you just joined us again, I missed them all. Well, we've got 6 cruises that we've been through. I'm going to whiz through them now. First of all, we had 7 nights in Italy. You got to go to Monaco as well. It's a phenomenal opportunity for you. And, of course, you got to visit Greece as well. Deposit only on this particular one. Your ID number is 79471. You can get that from as little as £499. Then let's go to our second cruise. Second cruise was the Queen Mary 2, where Keith and I were both lucky enough to have worked. Wonderful, wonderful ship. Great opportunity to relax. Now, this is better than half price. We're talking huge savings throughout this particular show, from as little as £599 to be on one of the most famous ships in the entire planet. ID number for that is 79108. Let's move on to Celebrity Cruises, the third cruise that we brought to you today. Again, you can see going around some of the playground of Europe, I like to call it. Your ID number for this is 96428. Celebrity Cruise is actually my sister's favourite cruise line, and she worked on cruise ships herself as well. You will get a stay there with Lake Como as well. Of course, you've got the free upgrade from inside to Ocean View. Let's go to Royal Caribbean, which was the 4th cruise we brought to you today. Brilliant, brilliant opportunity to get to the Far East, and look how little that price tag is, £1,249. That includes your return flights. It's a 14-night trip. And